Do you rely on massage to relieve your upper back tension? Oh, well, in this video, we're going to give you 3 exercises to save you some money.
Hey, it's Ollie and Gaz, and maybe you have some tension in your upper back and you think that the only way to resolve that is with a massage.
Having a massage can certainly feel good momentarily, but it is not a long-term solution. The sensation of tightness can often be interpreted as a sensitivity. When we avoid using muscles, they can become weak and they're not able to handle the loads which we ask of them. As a result, our brain can protect those muscles, which is often what we experience as tightness.
In our experience, doing some exercise to strengthen those muscles can turn down that sensitivity and reduce those sensations of tightness. So let's jump into some exercises to help you do just that.
The first exercise is called the bent over row. And the bent over row is a great exercise for targeting the muscles in the traps, the lats, and the rhomboids, all of these muscles which attach and control the scapula or the shoulder blade. It also means it's a great exercise for relieving sensations of tightness in those areas as well. So how do we do it? You need a couple of weights, dumbbells, or other household items. You're going to bend over, as the name suggests, with your torso towards the ground. Now, at the start of the movement, you want to feel like your shoulder blades are separating from each other and lowering towards the floor in what we call protraction. And you're going to pull your elbows up towards the roof and squeeze the shoulder blades together as they retract. I like to hold for a few seconds at the top and then lower the weights back down. Now, there's a couple of ways which you can make that exercise a bit more tolerable if you're not handling that position. The first of which is simply to stand a bit more upright. So still a bent over row, but in a more upright position, still going through that movement, trying to lift the elbows up towards the ceiling, squeeze for a couple of seconds, lower, and let those shoulder blades separate at the bottom. Another alternative would be doing a single arm bent over row in a supported position. So on a chair, a bench, or a box, the same idea with the movement, bending forwards, chest towards the ground, just the one arm now, lifting that elbow up and that one scapula, trying to squeeze it at the top, and then lower it back down. I like to start my clients with the bent over row, trying to do somewhere between 12 and 15 repetitions at a time.
Okay, for exercise number 2, we are challenging slightly different muscles. This one is the face pull. So what we're going to do is grab a set of weights like dumbbells, or you can see I've got some cans here. You can use some light household equipment. You won't need much weight for these. Sitting on the edge of a chair, you're going to lean your chest forward, let the hands hang below your shoulders, and you're going to pull the weights up to your ears, like so. Now notice how I pull the elbows up and then my knuckles come up towards the ceiling. And that's really going to bring in those trap muscles in between your shoulder blades, the rotator cuff muscles, which help to control your shoulder, and even some of the rear deltoid, that muscle at the back of your shoulder. Okay, so watch again. Letting the arms hang down and pulling them up to my ears and slowly lowering that movement. You can make it harder by adding a pause at the top, like so, and coming back down. I'll show you slightly different angles, so pausing at my ears. All right, and you can make it even harder by adding a press to the movement. Now, this one's really tricky here, folks. So we're going to pull up and then press out and bring it back and come back down. But give just the regular version to go first, up to the ears and back down, before you progress anything. And that'll start to strengthen some of those smaller muscles in your upper back and shoulders. And that's going to help reduce some sensitivity, hopefully relieve some of that tension.
Now, before we get on to exercise number 3, you should know that it's pretty challenging and not everybody can handle it.
Guilty, Your Honour.
So we would love to know if you can conquer it in the comments below. Exercise number 3, I know you've all been waiting for it. It's the snow angel. Now, you can do this on the wall or on the floor. For demonstration purposes, I'll show you on the wall here. You want to start with your back against the wall, shoulder blades nice and flush. Pop your hands back on the wall as well. See if you can get your whole forearm, your elbow, and your hands touching the wall. And you're essentially trying to do an overhead press movement by keeping those arms touching the wall just as high as you can. And then coming back down, elbows by your side. Now, this exercise is going to really use those muscles around the scapula as well, those which upwardly and downwardly rotate the scapula, and those which help to retract and protract the scapula as well. If you push your arms against the wall as well, it's also going to engage some of those external rotators of your shoulder, which are commonly an area of tightness or the sensation of tightness as well. So see how you go with that. If you need to stop, not quite at full extension of the elbows and the shoulders, and do so, and see if you can slowly make your way up into that full snow angel position.
All right, we hope those exercises help you to relieve some tension and save you some money on massage bills.
Oh, and don't forget to let us know in the comments if you could do exercise number 3.